Hello everyone, my name is Jasmo, and today is Friday. It's writing day today. Let me tell you a story. Kind of. We are in the midst of writing a rough draft, to an original piece, tentatively called Blacksmith and Barbarian, or The Blacksmith and the Barbarian, which is about two ladies who live on different continents in ancient Roman times, and they're both separately captured by some mercenaries and sold to a traveling circus. And right now we're in the midst of introducing our second character. We've already introduced our first one, Zarasa, over here, and our second one is Catriona. Catriona and another village member right now are trying to lead some Romans back to their ship because they got lost. And that's where we are. This time I did actually go back and read the story instead of just like, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know where we are. I went back, read the story, so I can kind of get back into the flow, because last week I ditched writing pretty much entirely. I just talked and kind of complained and confessed the whole time until I just switched over to doing some art therapy, which didn't actually help. But today we're going to be writing, because I know where we are and what we're doing. Now, Catriona has got to have a weapon. I never mentioned a weapon. And that's not like a weapon to defend herself. Catriona lives in forested, cold areas where there's dangers like bears, wolves, things that could need a weapon to fend off if absolutely necessary. Plus a spear also makes a good walking stick, so why not? Sturdy sticks to assist while innocuous looking things. Innocuous looking things. Looking items key for surviving the journey. Actually, I might... No, it needs to be said. She is good at archery, and she's good with a spear. Because Catriona is the hunter tracker, or one of the hunter trackers for the village. That's like her job. She's really good at it too. She's so good at it, she has an apprentice, this boy who's actually going on the journey to get the Romans back to their ship, because it would be a good learning experience. And they would have needed to do it anyways. I've got my good old coffee. It's a nice, slightly cloudy day, perfect for writing. How do I interject a weapon? Weapons, I should say. Probably when they count 10, 10 and all. There we go. Okay. Yep, there we go. Yep, after that she gently brandished her spear at the party and pulled out a small knife. Sure. This is the rough draft, so it's kind of like a more fleshed out outline, which is what this purple stuff over here is the outline. I like to highlight the parts that I've already completed, so I know where we are over here. And right now, we're like at the very tail end of Catriona's introduction, and after that, it's Zhao, who is the antagonist, the main antagonist for the story. He's the guy that owns the circus that we'll eventually get to. Let's see. Well, actually no, not most of them. Okay. And I'm not going to read very much unless someone does request me to read a part, so I can save my voice, because speaking and talking actually strains it quite a bit. Yeah, because when I stream, I actually use kind of like a counselor tone. Like, I'm still totally me, but since I can hear myself, I need to tone my voice in such a way that it's nice to listen to. Ah, Lady Yacha, hello over there on YouTube. Glad you can make it today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, outlines are absolutely wonderful. I do outlines so I can remember key steps I want to happen in the story. Or stories. I even do that for my fan fictions. The current fan fiction that I'm writing, it only has like 5 key points listed, and they're only a sentence. They're not like pages and pages, because I wanted a lot of wiggle room, because I couldn't make up my mind about a whole bunch of stuff. And that's usually what happens, is even if I do make outlines, the story could peel off in a totally different direction, and if I like where it goes, then I'll just keep doing it and throw the outlines out the window. But sometimes I don't like it, and I need to, like, delete a page and go back and read the outlines. So I'm sort of a planner, sort of a fly by the seat of your pants. It just depends on how the ideas go. Actually, no. We're gonna make that a learning thing. At one point, I want this group to run into a bear, and the guys who don't know the layout will freak out and end up killing the bear, of which he'll eat. It won't go to waste. But Catriona will just kind of like bap him on the head and be like, "You dummies," and then try to illustrate how to act or react when such a danger comes through. So in a bear, at least as far as I know, for the education of a bear, if they're in the area and they're far away and they're not directly threatening you, make a lot of noise. Yell. If you somehow have a pot and a spoon in hand, bang them together. But if you're just walking along all nice and quiet and suddenly there's a bear and they don't get really aggressive, just get real small and back away real slow. And if they're kind of aggressive, you just get real small and kind of just fetal position on the ground and hope to God they leave you alone. Just don't antagonize. And that probably goes for any animal. Do not antagonize. Because the next animal I think about is like porcupines, and I'm like, oh god, no. No, porcupines, no. Are there porcupines there? We'll find out. Maps, yes, maps.google. I'm also gonna like interject little places where I'll just do like research needed, because this is the rough draft. That sort of thing. I have one somewhere else already. Let me zoom out here. Oh, nope. Hey, there we go. Okay, so the place that I'm looking at is... Where is Italy? Italy's there. Iceland's over here. Because this is, like, not totally historically accurate, but it might become that way. Yeah, don't get near the youngins. Don't get near the little ones. If there are babies somewhere, don't just go, "Oh, that's so cute." Start backing away real slow. Be real quiet, be real slow. Goddamn, oh, that's a national park. Okay, I was like, oh, there is nothing out here. Anyways, this is where Catriona lives. Maybe. And probably here in Iceland. And Zarasa is gonna live somewhere around, probably around, like, Turkey, Syria, Egypt, Libya, somewhere in here. Chris, hello! There you go. Yeah, oh, nice. I saw that on someone else's stream. They were the 10,000th stream on Watch Me Work, and apparently I made the 10,000th and first stream on Watch Me Work. Nice. That is so cool. That is a great milestone. Hang on. This is a dumb question because I don't know geography. Where is it? I don't see it. Like... Oh god. Just... It should be like... in the middle of the map, right? It's in Iran? Am I just not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? Don't mind me. Anyways, one of our gals is probably from somewhere around here and the other one's up here, so I'm just... Actually, let's do a little bit of research. Iceland fauna. Lots of flowers. Sure. Click on Wikipedia. Birds, endemic, fish, insects, mammals. Foxes, harbor seals, gray seals, wood mouse. They don't have... Okay, so they don't have the big guys. So, she may not be from Iceland. It's still up for debate. It's up for debate. Hit the back button a few times. Get me back here. Okay. Why did I think there... Maybe I was thinking of over here, because I thought... Or maybe... It's not the backwoods. What's up here? In Scotland. Oh, Scotland. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. But there's no big land predators there. Oh, there might have been back then, though, because we're in ancient Roman times. Okay. So what were there? 60 pixel wild mammals, cats, seals, dolphins, birds. Such intense music for research, oh my god. 6 amphibians, that's fine. We're looking for big guys. Okay. They were covered in ice in the Pleistocene, glaciations, post-glacial weather, mammals migrated, English Channel, Scandinavia, birds, please, carnivores, weasel, oh god, weasels, polecat, pine marten, nothing dangerous yet. Okay, so there may not be anything. If there's nothing, that's totally fine. That's why I wanted to look it up now, so I didn't get my hopes up. Because I didn't want to. Oh, Kingdom Family Class Order, Family Genus Species, yes. Sorry, in high school, for some reason, no one could ever remember this in biology class. And it was like 10th grade biology. It wasn't even like super hooty college level biology. No one could remember this. But it had a nice ring to it to me, so whenever I get to, I geek out over that. I geek out over the taxonomy, there you go. They are not very large, and therefore probably not very dangerous. They probably run. Rodents. Other mammals. I'm like, seals don't count. Yes, they do. But they're just aquatic. I'm looking for land. Okay, so no big baddies. Well, okay. What about Germany? I'm trying to find out where the hell scary fauna could be. Bears. I'm looking for bears. I'm looking for European bears. Oh god. Nope. Yes, please. Extinct. Oh my god. Oh, that's just the key. I was like, oh no. Everything. Rodents. lagomorphs, which are bunnies. There you go. Echino, or not echino. Echinodermata are fucking starfish. Sorry. Hedgehogs, shrews, bats. Ooh, bats. Whales. Whales don't live in Germany. Oh, cats, mongoose, dogs, foxes, bears! Brown bear? Really? Okay. Okay. I still may stick with Iceland, though, regardless of there being bears, because I've already set up that the Roman dudes are lost and they need to get back to the coast to get to their boats. So, Iceland it is, and just, like, flying by the seat of my pants. Actually, I have no idea where they live, probably around Mjall. Can I get a satellite view, this guy, thank you, yes please. Holy crap. Oh, that is so cool. This is one thing I really love about writing, and about, like, writing when you haven't been to certain places before. Like, I had no idea this national park was going to be covered in snow. But I don't know if that's year-round or not, so... This is... It looks like it was like a volcano. Well, like most landmasses. Well, plate tectonics. Never. Oh dear, that turned. I wonder if they can show you the plate tectonics of this. Is that what that is? No. No. What is this on rivers? Oh my god, those are huge rivers. Back. I nerd out too easily about things. So, giant mountain. Mountains, valleys, very green valleys, according to this, at this moment in time, whatever this is. So let's say around here. What do you look like? It looks like just a valley farmland. Well, okay, with modern day society and people, that's exactly what it is, these things. So it doesn't look like there's much in the way of trees. Where are all your trees, yo? Here, let's zoom in and see if anything's trees or it's just like grass and then rock. I know this is fun, this is probably not very interesting, but come on, let's zoom in. Stick this dude right... Meow. Ooh, oh. Oh yeah, look at that. I, for some reason, expected there would be a crap ton of trees. Like... somewhere. Oh my god, this would make me so nervous. I don't like open spaces. That, like, open water or open fields. Dude. There we go. So... Are there, like, no trees? There has to be trees. There's gotta be trees. Oh, why is the globe all funky? Oh god. There have to be some pine trees somewhere. That's a big city. It seriously looks like there's like no trees. Let's do this road. Because I think this is a road. It is a road. Zoom. Ooh. No, it's like crazy land. All low. It depends on how cold it gets, I suppose, because trees don't grow. They won't grow past certain whatever longitude or latitude thingy majig on the globe. there's... No, there's the plants on the hill. My god. There are some trees, but... Don't do this to me. Don't mind the weather. So it's like all open plains. At least in the modern day. I doubt there were trees back then versus now, unless they were just all clear cut in the attempts to make civilization. Oh dear. We just kinda... Where are my cardinal directions here? I don't see any. That's gorgeous though. So... Oh crap, we're not lined up. I'm trying to find a place that has frickin' trees so that my little description isn't, false. Although that just... I might have to be, in Germany, honestly. Because I know there's trees, down here. Absolutely. Aha, there's Paris. I was a little off. Where are you, bud? There you are. Okay. Yeah, like, all of this should be, like, forested area. Like, all of it. Should be pretty dense, too. So... Well, wait, does Scotland have trees? Mainly because I don't want to change the story. Well, it wouldn't be that difficult. But Scotland... Scotland's actually fine. That looks like tree land. I could be wrong, it could be farmland. It kind of looks like it's broken up by farms, but that could be trees. Those are definitely trees. Oh, there's a road that passes right through this dark green. Let's check it out. Boom. That's what I've been looking for. These are tiny. I wonder what kind they are. Okay. Scotland it is. Yes? Yes, Scotland it is. Okay. So they still need to find their way back to the coast so they can go blurk to the Netherlands. And then make their way around Germany. But that's neither here nor there, so thank you very much. So we can still have a coast. We can still have pretty much everything, except the bear lessons. But that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's simple. Alright, cat. Now they're leaving. They're finally leaving. With everything in hand and everyone ready, they started walking. Catriona at the lead. Her apprentice waited to take up the rear to ensure that everyone would be looked after. Okay. So now we need to march for a few days. Get to a boat, and then have a fist fight. Or just a fight. Because we have our outlines over here. Because they... Okay, yes, these dudes are just scouts. They're gonna bring back something to show what they found, and then sell her, and then that she'll get resold again. I have not met Michael. totally depends on what time they stream, Chris. I've not met Michael. And also, I don't know if you know, but I created a live streaming chat on Discord where everyone can post a link to their stream when they're live. And I just checked that. And a handful of people use it, but not everyone is aware. We're gonna say. There we go. Mostly groomed trails. Let me shrink this a little bit so yeah, there we go. Now it'll stay in place. So right now we're in this area right here. That's not how you spell assumption. There we go. Snagging branches and tripping rocks. Oh god, what is it called? My mom would say, camp wife. Is, camp wife. The person who stays behind in camp to, like, take care of it. They do all the cooking, they tend the fire, What should we call this? Because we're gonna have Catriona's apprentice, which is this boy who is remaining unnamed because this is a rough draft so far. He's gonna act as the camp wife, but that's not the term I would like to use. So we need something a little more interesting, something that's not like the camp tender, or and it's not the camp husband, or it's not something along the lines of janitor, but not, because there's a lot of different tasks involved. And if anyone out there is watching, feel free to suggest things. I really don't mind. Just don't be offended if I don't take this suggestion, because it may or may not fit the story, but if you do suggest something, and I do put it in the story, I will put your name right next to it so I can always give credit whenever I end up posting these stories, and all of these stories are posted over on my DeviantArt eventually. Let's see. I'm just gonna throw a whole bunch of social media links at everyone. Bam! Bam, and oh god. YouTube. There we go. Everybody gets some. And everybody gets some. You can find me on all of those social medias. Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, YouTube, and Patreon. There we go. Camp captain. Indeed. Yeah, I don't want to say, what is... Geez, basically, not another name for leader. Oh, let's get the thesaurus. There's a name that I'm thinking of, and for some reason it might start with a TH, but I don't know. And it could be chief, camp chief. Or, It could be something as weird as Overlord. Camp Overlord, which is they're basically in charge of the camp. Sure, I like Overlord. It can be ambiguous. Why not? And so far there's only one she, so I don't need to use Catriona's name every single time. Okay. How many days would it take them to travel from point A to point B? Or how many days would we like it to take them? It doesn't need to sound friendly. The name does not need to sound friendly at all. It could be in a different language, too. So we could translate Overlord into a different a different language. If we end up not liking it, there you go. If we don't like it later, we can always change it. It can also highlight it because I'm not too sure about it. I kind of like it, but we'll see when we read back through everything if it fits. I don't know. We're still here. We need to get here, and I can totally gloss over a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have to detail their journey in its entirety. It can be very short. We can add more detail later. Bloody bloody blah, rough draft. So, how do we pick this up? It's basically they break camp the next day, they walk, because I am not looking for any altercations to happen on this initial part of their journey until they get to the boat. Because anyone who's watching, if you can see it in the screen, if it's large enough, you can totally read what's going to come up next. So, these strangers need to kind of be as innocuous as possible, which means as non-threatening and just cooperative as possible. That's not useful easier. Oh, I don't like using the word easy anyways. Myself a whole bunch. Alright, Chris, thank you for stopping by. It's good to know you're still alive and kicking around here. You have a great weekend too. I'll catch you later. I drink so much coffee. That's not good. I'm gonna have to make a second cup, and it's not even break time yet. Zoo York Clasher, hello, good afternoon. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're well. We're just doing some writing. Oh, my day's been going actually pretty good. Got a good old walk-in this morning, made some progress on another project. Made pizza for lunch. Oh, yeah. Got to hang out with some other people who live stream, like Fairy Wings. She's a chainmail artist. Protruded. How do you spell protruded? Oh god. Hey, there we go. Oh my god, you went live on YouTube yesterday. Nice. Feel free to link your YouTube. Sharing is caring. Just left behind. We know nothing about them. We know nothing about these people. We'll kind of keep it that way. And I will eventually be illustrating snippets of this story as well. As soon as I finish my mermaid short comic, I will start illustrating. And mind you, I only colored the lines on this part. I had commissioned a line artist, pencil artist, or she is just a straight up artist. I commissioned some lines from her a while ago, so I could color them and kind of use it as inspiration while I was writing, because that's what I like to do. I like to have a little image as well as my outline as well as the thing that I'm working on. Oh, nice, Zoo. I'm glad those tips helped. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Even if I don't know the answer, I can always try to point you in the right direction. Infighting, a little bit of arguing. And for anyone just tuning in, hello, my name is Jasmo. I am a variety creator streamer. Today I'm working on an original story, Blacksmith and the Barbarian, let me slur my words, a story about two ladies who live on two different continents in ancient Roman times who get captured and sold to a traveling circus. And they find friendship in one another, and they work together to free themselves. We've already wrote all of the outlines for the entire story, and now we're writing the first rough draft of it. And we're currently introducing our redhead Catriona. We're almost at the end of that. How do we fix this problem? I just introduced a problem on the fly. These are basically Roman scouts that Catriona led back to the coastline so they could find their boat. And I just introduced the problem of they don't know where their boat is. I didn't put in the outlines, but that's okay. That's what this whole thing is about, is fleshing stuff out. I'll have to find out who this person is later. So how do we fix this problem? Well, the initial thought was someone goes one way and someone goes the other way, and they plan to meet back at the same spot later. I kind of want And this isn't really like a big plot thing or anything. I kind of want Ketrin and her boy to go look for the boat. They find the boat and they come back and they just literally walk the dudes to their boat, and that's when the next thing happens, which is the big, scary part. Oop, subscribed. Yep, found you and subscribed. Ooh, let me turn on the alerts. And boom. Yes. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Dialogue. There we go. Dialogue's one of those difficult ones. Lovely Echoes. Thank you for the follow. That should pop up on stream eventually. Thank you and welcome. Feel happy to lurk or chime in at any time. There it is. Oh, thank you. Which one? If you're talking about this little dude over here in the corner, this was drawn by Morbid Dinosaur, a colleague of mine, and I colored it. The animated whale was made by whoever I have linked on below the broadcast. Oh, awesome. And Lovely Echoes, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope things are treating you good. Same to everyone in the chat. There you go. Don't try to drink and talk at the same time, please. I try to collaborate with as many artists as I can, because I really like to. Oh, nice, Lovely Echoes. Getting some art made. Made. What kind of artist are you? Digital, nice. Any genre in particular? Oh, that's my break. And since that's my break, I'm gonna get up, stretch, all that good stuff, maybe get some more coffee. And if you've been watching for a while, I suggest you do the same. Get up, take a little break, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, there we go. Oh, Zalazar, hey, how are you doing? Oh, and I got more coffee just in time. Oh, Zoo, thank you for the host. Much appreciated. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's watching today. If you're brand new, first-time tuner-inners, or old favorites like Zalazar here, I appreciate your time, really do. Thank you. As I just do a little happy dance. This is why I don't have a webcam. Okay, make sure, yeah, everything's good, everything's good, we're all good. Alright. Okay, we're kinda halfway through this. Kinda halfway. Happy dances are great, for sure. And I realized something as I got up for my break is that I'm getting the same feeling streaming now as I did working at a bookstore, which was my favorite job, working at that bookstore, and just having customers come in and both being excited about this, like something in common. And it could be like a really low-key excited, or it could be a really, this is amazing, this brand new book just came out, exciting. So thank you. That's something I have been missing for a while, and it's very, very nice to find it again. If Twitch doesn't bug out on me. Yeah. Twitch is weird. Every once in a while, I'll look over at my dashboard and it will say, I'm offline. Everything's offline. And then sometimes I'll look over and it says, you've got 0 viewers, and I'll look at the people who are actually viewing, and there's like 5. And I'm like, excuse me? What's going on? Anyways, back to writing. Oh god, that's hot. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Hot coffee is hot. I forgot to put milk in it. Alright, that's probably why I drank it so fast the first time. Ooh. We're okay, everything's fine. No burning. No injuries. Anyways. Home, I can spell. You don't capitalize north, do you? I don't think you do. Dungeon Pug! Oh my god, long time no see. How are you doing? I saw you started streaming, but it was at like 1 AM my time. Just like super early. How are you doing? I hope you've been well. Don't mind me if I ask the same thing twice, because my brain's going all happy on me today. Oh god, how do we spell weather? Ta-da. There we go. Ah, and this music. Just busy being busy? Awesome. Good to know you're doing well, too. Thoroughly. There we go. Well, after dark. Nope, dark. K. Period. There we go. Nice. Oh, those pugs, they know when you need a break. And those little snores, they are so adorable. Oh, so adorable. Sound like little lawnmowers. Ding. Brandishing. Brandishing. Oh, approach. There you go. What is ding? Oh, that is ding. Hello! Blaine. Blaine Arcade! And thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome. My name is Jasmo and I'm a variety creative streamer. Thank you for taking the time to check me out and for the follow. It's much appreciated. Zalzer's gonna play a new game today. Going in blind. Good luck. Good luck. has been a huge debate on my side for a while is I've got a number of games like Shadow of Mordor, and I've been avoiding watching people play it since it came out until this morning when a very popular streamer was playing it. And I was like, I'm kind of happy I actually watched a little bit of it. Oh, Oxygen not included. Damn. I have not watched very much of it, so I don't know how bad it can get. Oh, the first Shadow of Mordor pug. I don't know how old the game is, but Morbid Dinosaur just gifted me the original Shadow of Mordor because it was on sale during the Steam sale. Yeah. Oh, nice, Blaine. You're also a writer. What kind of stuff do you write? Genre-wise. Or how... What do you write? I'm an awkward person. Don't mind me. Purpose. Oh, not purpose. How do you spell purpose? Holy crap. Oh god. Oh, sweet. Nice. Okay, got it. Nailed it. First try. Nice, Pug, nice. Oh, that's cool, Blaine. You're also a streamer. Awesome. Feel free to link any YouTube or Twitch links. Yeah, yes. You know who I haven't seen in a while is Wordwin. I haven't seen Wordwin stream in a long time. Wordwin is also a writer. A very supportive person, too. Ooh, like, not touch the mic. There we go. Yeah, lots of people in chat today. It's amazing. This is the most people I've had in chat since last year. Like in September or something. And I'm wondering if it's because Twitch will now let you add up to 3 communities for your tag thingies, or if the hashtags are working. Again, I don't know, but I super appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Surmise. That's not how you spell surmise. With an S, right? Yeah. Yeah, no problem, Blaine. No problem. So you definitely are on Twitch. Nice. Oh. We'll just give you a follow there. You're also hosting the Professional Bohemian, which I may or may not have heard of. Ooh. I always love discovering new people on Twitch, too. Build that network, build that community. Alright, Zalazar, I'll catch you later. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's not north of where they were. There we go. Meh. We'll delete all of that. How long do you stream for, Blaine? Do you have a schedule? Oh my god, that is a wonderful idea. Chat your own adventure. That is sick. Oh, it brought tears to my eyes with how good that idea is. Oh my god, I am totally catching your streams. Yeah, if you're... Oh, don't back up on me, dashboard. I hate you. Dude, that is an awesome idea. I have to catch one of those. You stream 6 days a week. Wow. And you're from Germany. Neat. If you stream early in Germany, right now it's the evening for you guys, right? Ooh, yeah. There you go. If anyone else is a streamer in chat, feel free to post links to what you do. That is so cool, Blaine. Oh! And America just living in Germany? If you stream like early morning Germany, that's either super late evening for the US or like middle of the night. Cause so, yeah, you're like 8 hours ahead. Well, it's Friday. Don't need no bedtime on Fridays. Or Saturdays. What are my genre preferences? To write? That's a good question. Like, probably mostly sci-fi fantasy. But they're like really toned, dried out sci-fi fantasy. Sci-fi and or fantasy. Yeah. And this particular thing I'm writing isn't sci-fi or fantasy. It's almost like historical fiction. If I do all the research, then it could kind of turn into a historical fiction. But other than that, I like to have romance. I'm a romantic writer, I guess. Alright, Zoo, thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. I will catch you later. And good luck with your stream. I hope it goes well. And I hope you have fun doing it too. Feel free to post any link to any stream that you do. There we go. Yeah, I love reading sci-fi and fantasy and action. I do like action, but not so much like the mystery novels or things like that. I have a very particular taste. Because there was a period of time where I read just a whole bunch of awful, like this author was just absolutely awful to me. In my own opinion, they could be great for someone else, but to me it was just, the writing was horrible. Okay, the writing wasn't horrible, it was the situations. It's like, the person who wrote the books had no idea what a healthy relationship between two people would be. And I read like 6 of their books in the series, and there was like 6 more after that one. But at the end of that 6th book, it was like the perfect ending to the whole series. And I decided to stop. I couldn't take it anymore because I was hoping that the writing would get better with each and every book. Because like your first book, your very first book that you ever publish probably might be on a little shaky legs. And then I would expect it to get a little better with spelling, grammar, and things like that. And then be a little bit better. And it just did not. It just did not. And they shall remain unnamed. Mainly because I can't remember. I can't remember who wrote those books. But then I read a bunch of good fantasy ones. I actually kind of liked them. I actually liked them. And was that Daglish? David Daglish? They weren't the super awesomest best things, but I liked them enough to keep reading through the series. My favorite book, though, is The Tokaido Road. Absolute favorite book. And I think I've linked to it before. Tokaido Road. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. The feudal... Yes. Feudal Japan. This one's nice. I like it. I reread it every few years. In like one sitting. Yeah. Dungeon Pug, I feel you on that. Totally feel you on it. Spoiler alert, a person gets pickled. Yeah. And the weird thing is that book was out of print when I read it. So I worked at a bookstore, and every month we were doing like employee pick of the month or something, and I read The Takeda Road, absolutely freaking loved it, put it in as my pick, and it was out of print at the time. And the owner of the bookstore was like, we can't even get these anymore. And people actually were coming in and asking for it because my description was very, it was good. I'll be proud of that one description. It was the only one I was good for, really. And yes, pickled in a barrel in feudal Japan times. Does any series actually deserve to be 30 books? It depends on how, okay, it doesn't really depend on how thick the books are. It depends on how it's written, or what the whole content is. If it was 30 books, I would expect there to be more than one generation of characters. Just, unless you're talking about the Animorphs, of which I'm staring at right now because I have a handful of them on my nostalgia bookcase. Because I had all the books, and then I took them to the bookstore to resell them. Because I was like, I've read all of them before, and then I got my hands on some more and reread them, and I'm like, this is awful. Animorph books are so bad. But they're for young readers. Like, really young readers. Now, like the Lord of the Rings books probably could have been broken up into like a book, like 30 books. I couldn't get past chapter 2 of The Hobbit. It was so boring. And people may hate me for this, but I've not read any of the Harry Potter books. I couldn't get past like the first chapter. It was so awesome. To me, it didn't set things up right. It didn't grab my interest soon enough. And my mom was kind of like, you don't like these? And I'm like, I'm used to people who have baggage? No. Oh, Dinotopia. Yeah. Yeah, it was by different authors. But, I was very used to the idea of kids being in mortal danger 99% of the time. And if a book wasn't like that, I didn't want to read it when I was younger. And actually, the Animorphs books are the thing that got me reading again, because my mom really wanted me to get into reading. She tried the Nancy Drew books, and they were awful. Not awful, they're dry. They're super dry. Didn't interest me at all. There was no... It's not that there wasn't any struggle. I can't identify it. It was a long time ago. It was a very long... I'm 30. I was 10 at the time. Or younger. It was difficult to get into that stuff. Because I have very specific likes when I read. It's a little bit ridiculous. Oh, the, R.A. Salvatore. I read that. The whole series. However many books were in that series. There was like 16. There was probably between 10 and 20 books at the time by R.A. Salvatore, and I read them and thought they were great. And then I reread them like 5 years later and went, oh my god, this is awful. But that's just me being really stingy and whatnot. Every book is awful, except for one. Now, it's been a while since I found a good author again. Yeah, Salvatore was like, yeah, it was a huge percentage of any fantasy section. So it was like, they've got some... I wanted to stay away from the Star Wars books because I didn't want to be disappointed. Same with the Star Trek books. I didn't want to be disappointed. So R.A. Salvatore. Actually, my boyfriend at the time was like, these are really good. You should try them. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh my god, these are Dungeons and Dragons. Cool. I didn't know they could do this. I did like the whole concept. The whole concept of R.A. Salvatore's stories is really good. I actually really like it. The execution of writing, not amazing. Oh. That's, oh, that's still a really difficult thing, Pug, for a writer to keep a consistent writing style. It really is. Especially if, well, even if you write consistently, if you don't go back and reread over everything you've written until you've memorized it, it's really hard to keep that consistent style. And even then, you need proofreaders and beta readers to point that out, and then you actually need to take action on the criticism that you were given. Hopefully constructive criticism you were given to help make it better and more smooth. And I feel that that is what most people don't have. Or they go through it and they don't make the changes because they have deadlines. Basically, I blame deadlines on receiving not amazing reading material. Oh, let's do some writing. Writing instead of ranting. Although I do enjoy the conversation. Thank you guys. Yeah. I honestly think my lack of interest in books stemmed from reading the Animorphs. Because I just got so sucked into that world, it actually impacted my real world decisions. It's not that I took them literally, I pretended to take them literally, and I really liked living in that sort of fantasy land. Oh, you gotta be wary of everyone, but that actually contributed to my anxiety of people. That thankfully, it doesn't affect me that much anymore. Yeah. That's why I like being, just a stay-at-home artist. I don't have deadlines unless I make them for myself, and if I don't reach them, I can readjust everything and not have it be a detriment. That's like the one huge advantage of this. Oh my god. And if I misspell something, feel free to point it out if you care to. You don't have to. Well, sure. Oh no, 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 not appearances. Jesus, Apprentice, please. Oof. I actually, if anyone has any books to suggest for reading, I keep a little list over here on my sticky notes so that I'm reminded and I can get to that. Because I always do look for new things to read. Oh, I have actually read the Dresden Files, but it was so long ago that I don't remember them. Jim Butcher wrote those, right? Was that Jim Butcher, or was that a different person? I not only read the books, I also watched the TV show, of which I kind of liked even the campiness of it. Okay, Jim did write those, okay. Yeah, I've got Jim Butcher on here, Terry Pratchett. I got Terry Pratchett on here because my husband read, like, the whole, is it Shannara series? And, it sounds really, really interesting. And I think he even has the paperback books. I've been meaning to read those for years, like a decade. That's That's how bad I am at it. The Terror. Huh. That's cool. That goes on the list. Yeah, I've got the, like, hang on. The Dark Knight Returns, by Frank Miller. David Eddings writing, Bone the comic, and, oh, the Witcher series. The Witcher series, because Ziffer, was the one that actually told me they were books before they were a game. Yeah, and actually, like, the Witcher novels are still being written. Like, the latest book either just came out or it's just getting translated, because, the original author is Polish, I believe. Okay. Different color. There we go. Oh, sure, okay. Oh, yeah, save it. Okay. Now we get to a point of conflict. So in our outlines, it says, once at the destination, things become tense. Boats are waiting for the party to arrive, and one of the men seemingly want their guides to go with them. Catriona refuses, but when they start walking away, they are attacked. Both barbarians fight until the boy is stabbed and left for dead. Catriona is beaten up until she can't fight back anymore. She blacks out before they get on the boat. And that'll be a nice. I don't like being extremely graphic. Most of the time, unless it's never really called. It's never called for, unless it needs to make a very large impact. So, at least in the rough draft, we'll definitely glaze over it. The Nightingale trilogy. Why does that sound familiar? That sounds very familiar. Or Night Angel, not Nightingale. That does sound very familiar. Huh. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. When school tells you to read, you pick the largest book you can find. What was that book? It was Russian. Oh, crap, what was it? And it's literature, and, shoot. I was in 9th grade, and, like, I liked the cover for some reason, but the book was super thick. Like, way, way thick. And my teacher's like, are you sure you want to read that? It's a really difficult book. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I want to read this. And I think I only read about half of it before you took the reading test. And I actually, I still passed the reading test because the book became predictable. It's by Dichesky. I don't know how to spell it. And that's pretty much all I know. It was a Russian author. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Shakespeare either. Not really. And oh my god, when I told my mom, like, a while ago, I told my mom I was writing some creative stories, and, like, she did not intend to be mean or discouraging. but she told me that there's only like seven different narratives you can write. And I'm like, why would you limit yourself? Why would you limit yourself by going, oh, there's only 7? That looks familiar. Crime and Punishment, that's the one. I read Crime and Punishment. Oh dear. I made it about halfway through before I was like, this is dumb, I already know what's gonna happen. Not really, I think I just ran out of time. Honestly, I probably ran out of time to read it, and then still took the reading test and apparently knew what was going on enough to pass it. Because that's how they judge how well you read, apparently, in the States. Alright, what is this? Brent. Brent Weeks. There we go. On the list. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we all hate Shakespeare. Okay. Oh, I have so much time today, my god. I decided to definitely stream for 3 hours instead of like the 1 to 2.5 hours I was doing, so I was like, I'm gonna stop now just because I feel like it. I'm gonna get back to that hard ending time again. Alright, Blaine, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll catch you later. Have a good night. Hopefully I didn't say Brent. Hopefully I said Blaine. Oh my god, I can't remember. Oh. Oh. The brain. The brain is real. The thoughts are real. I'm just really excited. That's all. And it's starting to finally warm up in here. That's good. Take off the sweater. Oof. Really, really? They are. Oh well. Onward. I at least want to get past this little fight scene before the next break, which is in like 15 minutes, so that should be doable. That should be doable. And we made a new friend today. We made new friends today, actually. Plural. southward a word? Yes, it is. Oh, with a nod. With a nod, we already used simple. There we go. I see Macbeth, and infuriated at the ending of Macbeth. I remember Macbeth. Oh, there was a Spark Notes for it. Ba-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, that's not a great ending. No, okay, I remember why I have forgotten all of Shakespeare. Just, no thank you. No thank you. Probably flesh out their leader and crap later in like the second pass when we have all of this stuff written. Okay. Things, there we go. Because right now, we're really focused on Catriona and her side, and not their side. Because writing in third person used to be a totally foreign concept to me. It was very difficult, because I had been writing in first person for like a decade. So, yeah, learning how to pull yourself out of a body and try to write around a group of people was a challenge. Yeah, well, Dungeon Pug, you gotta remember, it was written at a certain time in history, not like up to what we know today. So for the time, Shakespeare was the shit. It was like, and I totally understand that when his stories and plays were written, they were like amazing, absolutely amazing. But if you try to rewrite them with our modern day understanding of certain terms, and expectations and beliefs and moralities and science. Science is the key, probably. They would be very different, I think. Very, very different. Yeah. Because you do make a good point, is like back... well, that was also a good out for that person when Macbeth declares, I cannot be slain by any woman-born person. That's actually a really interesting out, is like, I wasn't born the natural way, I was a cesarean. That's one of those things that would pique someone's interest and make them think, I think. But yeah. Like, to me the stories don't hold that awesomeness these days. Like, and we've all read Shakespeare because school makes you, and I've even been forced to sit through, like, some plays, which I can't understand a goddamn thing anyone says because I don't have the words in front of me. Yeah, they're just weird. Alright, you're gonna stay over there, bug. Stay. Stay behind the curtain. There. That's a good point. Yeah, one of the reasons why we read Shakespeare in school wasn't because it's like, this is a literary masterpiece. A lot of it was the structure used, the iambic pentameter, and like, was it senior year? There was a lot of like they wanted you to write poetry and learn these mechanics for these different kinds of poems, and Shakespeare was one of those things for the epics or what have you. I think that's what it was. Yeah. And that's what I took away from the Shakespeare, was the structure and not the stories. Because the stories are, I guess they're kind of Game of Thronesy, aren't they? Everyone dies. No, I don't remember Shakespeare well enough to even say something like that. These are only opinions, not facts. Heaps of salt with everything I say. As in speculation, not disgruntledness. So I try to apply chapstick from my empty chapstick too. And I'm also taking the time to think out how this little scenario is going to be. Spell behemoth. Oh, with no A. That's how you spell behemoth. Okay. the thesaurus again, so we can find something other than the word happiness. Because I want... maybe it's camaraderie. Firm words of camaraderie were, how do you spell that? Nope. Camaraderie. Sure. Yeah, that'll work. That will work just fine. We'll leave the thesaurus up. Dun dun dun. Now the natives, they're considered barbarians in terms of Roman standards, so I guess natives should really be barbarians. So we're going to Control F, search for natives, replace with barbarians. Yes. Oh god, replace all. 3 times, good. I did not... oh crap. 2. Where's the 3rd? Yeah, I totally forgot I was using the word barbarians and not natives, because that's what the Romans would consider them to be. 3. There. Okay. Good. Good. Done. We could say immediately, but I like using words. Lots of words. May change later. So, now the scary part comes. But my break is gonna happen in like a minute, so we're gonna write the scary part after I come back. Catriona is literally going to be kidnapped, and her apprentice is going to be stabbed and left for dead. We don't know if he's going to survive or not, because there are many different types of stab wounds you could survive, especially if you're only stabbed once. So that'll be something to consider. And mainly, that one particular detail I mentioned, because the story is going to wrap around... spoilers, I'm just going to be really open about it. The story is going to wrap around to these 2 ladies do find their freedom. They do get their freedom, and they travel back to Kat's homeland. So she'll actually get to find out if her apprentice lived or died. And there's my break time. I'm going to get up and stretch, all that good stuff. If you've been watching for a while, I encourage you to do the same. There you go, and I will meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, here we go. Alright, bye. I'm gonna be here for at least another hour or so writing. And a big thank you to everyone who tuned in today, even if you're just lurking, using me as background noise. It is still really appreciated. Your time is an awesome, generous thing to give anyone. And I don't know where I'm going with that. I lost my train of thought. Absolutely lost it. But you guys have actually made today a really awesome day, and I can't thank you enough. Even if the people who were here earlier aren't here anymore, still thank you so, so much. Get my writing glove back on. There we go. There we go. And if anyone is new and curious as to why I take breaks, often I take a break about every hour. And that's because avoiding arthritis in my hips, because that's a thing, and my lower back, because my chair is almost like a cardboard box on wheels. It's highly uncomfortable. And I like, you know, get blood flowing through your legs too, and it gives my eyes a little bit of break. It refreshes my brain a little bit sometimes, if I'm lucky. Oh. And Zalister went live. Oh my god, like half an hour ago. Why didn't I see that? I think he's playing Oxygen Not Included. Yeah. Yes, Pro Lurker, definitely. Absolutely. I will repeat what other streamers have said. Lurkers are the lifeblood of any channel. They actually make up the bulk of the viewers. Because some people don't like to chat, some people find chatting, it's not that it's too much effort, but if you're like on your phone, it's kind of difficult. And some people are doing something else when they listen to a stream. Some people may be studying, they may be playing a different game themselves, but they still like to have that background noise in there, and that's great. That's awesome. Just having the stream up supports the streamers. Lets the streamers know that they're doing something that you like, something that you want them to keep on doing, etc., etc. And a little tiny yawn because we need more coffee. And it's not scorching hot this time. Alright, kidnapping. Scary. Scary. Blood flow. Kidnapping. Yeah. I try to write from experience as much as possible, and while I've never been kidnapped, I have had some scary instances that have not resulted in any injuries or anything like that. So, we kind of need, I need to think about who these people are and what they have experienced. Empathy is a great tool for writing, but it could also be a huge curse, depending on like how deep your empathy can go. Mine is an endless well. It is an endless well, because I've experienced a lot of things in my short 30 years of life. So even like watching a video game like Injustice 2, the empathy for when people get hit or stuff like that, it is real. It is totally real. So for Catriona, she's not going to be terrified. She's not going to be terrified because she kind of already knows how to handle herself. She's a hunter and a tracker. She's probably old enough that guys have made passing remarks at her that she had to probably aggressively or wittily put down quickly. She knows how to be calm, basically. She knows how to be calm in high stressful situations. So in hunting deer, things could go very wrong if you miss your shot, or the critter finds out that you're there and they're territorial about it. You really have to think fast on your feet. So the way this is going to play out, Catriona and her apprentice are going to be walking away. A couple of the Roman dudes, like, try to catch up to her, like, try to get her to, like, go back to the camp. They're trying to be, like, placating, thankful, all that good stuff, and then bam. apprentice gets punched in the back of the head. And Catriona immediately reacts. She probably has at least a walking stick or a spear in hand, and she swings it. She probably connects barely on one of the dudes. And, I don't know, there's 2 dudes? 2 Romans, maybe? And, she kind of nicks one on the chin, and the other one grabs her from behind in like a bear hug, but she knows how to get out of that. So she does. Or actually, no. She won't get out of the bear hug. The apprentice will come over, hop on the dude, and like sleeper hold him from behind, and they'll kind of fall away, struggling. In which Kat's attention will then be on that dude, not minding the other guy behind her that she knocked down. And then I don't know from there. Let's start writing. Let's start writing. A little bit scary. I don't like to write or draw powerful imagery because empathy. And this may not seem like powerful anything, but when you're trying to put yourself in that moment, it is. Like afterwards, it'll be great. It'll be fine. But right now it's like you know one of your characters is about to get attacked and you don't want them to, but it's part of the story, so you need to do it. Because I like Cat. I like Cat and Zarasa. I don't want anything bad to happen to them, but bad shit's going to happen to them because that's the whole point of the stories. Bad stuff happens so they can find their way out of it. Oh dear. Okay. Gonna try to it might come out a little idealized, this whole kidnapping situation, but it will get edited and it will change to not be so Mary Sue idealized. You just have to make a first pass. There's an X in there. Oh, that's several words put together. There you go. see. So her attention is on the dude that just grabbed her because she's not totally aware that the guy she hit was not knocked out. Because it was a reflex reaction, it wasn't, I know exactly where to hit you to make you not come at me anymore. Oh, and, my husband is a karate instructor. 5th degree, black belt, so it's, kind of pseudo-master level, and the only reason I mention that is because I've learned a bunch of stuff from him. So that's where the other part of experience comes from these sorts of situations, is we've actually discussed these sorts of situations. What do you do when a guy bear hugs you from behind? What do you do when a person tries to punch you? Where do you hit them? How far do you need to go before they will stop? And the how far you need to go could be simply run away. You don't need to hit them, you don't need to do anything. If you feel safe that you can run away, you run away. Blow the horn of Gondor, yes. Light the fires, indeed. So, this may turn out a little Mary Sue to begin with, but we'll realify it quite a bit on a second and probably third pass. And since there are no names for these other people besides Catriona, we'll try to describe them accurately so we don't get lost on who is who. Because, the Roman dudes, Cat doesn't know they're Roman. I haven't mentioned they're Roman yet. Don't know if I will eventually, but whatever. So her apprentice will remain apprentice and boy, and the attackers will remain them and attackers, basically. For now. Yeah, it's only Mary Sue if she's flawless at everything else. Oh, maybe that was what kind of didn't jive with me on the new Star Wars movie. Now that you mention it, Dungeon Bug, that makes quite a lot of sense. Because I absolutely was I don't know if I want to go into that rant or not. We'll wait. Maybe. We'll wait. I did not like not the latest Star Wars movie, but the one that Rey was in and Kylo did not. I was so disappointed in it. Anyways. Force Awakens, there you go. I have a very awful memory for titles, authors, names, things like that, especially if I wasn't very fond of any of those titles, authors, or names. Or it's too far in the past. Yeah. Cat's intention would not be to kill these people. Yeah, her intention would not be to kill these people. She doesn't need to kill these people. She doesn't want to make permanent enemies with these people, so she's going to disarm these people from being able to chase them. Maybe. Or that was the first thing she saw and she's just like, leg, bam. Except... Actually, this is fine. This is fine. Actually, that's even better. Did I just hit double space? No. Okay. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, it's not that Rey is a terrible character. She was a terribly written character. There was a lot of problems with that movie. One, it was just a complete remake. That was the most... I'm gonna go on this rant a little bit, excuse me. That was the most disgusting thing about that entire movie. It was the exact same thing. Like, dude, characters aside, it was the exact same thing. And I was just like, why? Were you guys lazy? There's probably a whole lot of context I'm missing to make me understand why the movie was written the way it was. And I totally accept that. If anyone wants to fill in as to the reasons of why it was made the way it was, that's totally fine. I'm not a cemented person on opinions. Like, my opinions can totally change if there's enough convincing evidence to do so. That's fine. We're all adults here. Even if we're not, we can all be reasonable, logical people. And someone probably knows more than I do about the subject. Yeah, and so because they just rehashed that movie, I'm never going to watch another Star Wars movie again. But I am that way. I could totally be convinced to try it. The new movie, the Rogue One. And the only reason why... Not the only reason why. I have a duality about everything, a duplicity on everything, so I'm very hypocritical a lot of the times. But Rogue One, from what I could glean of previews, has nothing to do with the main characters, but it's still in the same setting. And my sentence to that is, thank God. Have people only now just realized they could do that? There are whole worlds out there that were built, like Harry Potter and Star Wars, that you could write as many stories as you want set in those universes, and the Fantastical Beasts movie did just that. It is in the Harry Potter universe. It is just a different story about a different person in the same universe. That is amazing. I didn't care... Like, it was a half-decent movie. I didn't care for the main character guy too much, because they didn't do a very good job of explaining why he was the way he was. It was still very charming and enjoyable, but, like, Dungeons and Dragons, thousands of different scenarios could happen anywhere. That's why people can do their role-playing games and campaigns. I actually listen and watch those things, because you can make your own stories out of it. And, like, you can do that with any book series, even the Tokaido Road. Which is basically a story about a lady who travels the full length of it one way and then pretty much all the way back. And there are thousands of other people, because that's the Silk Road. Thousands of other people are on that road, and each have their own story. Not just this one that is actually being told. And, like, I have a little bit of hope for Star Wars that they have finally realized they can branch away from the main characters and still have a successful story if it's done well. I don't know if it was or not. And there's a lot to read. Yeah. Like, Star Trek kind of has done a pretty decent job of doing that, because you have the original Star Trek, and then you have all the other shows, and probably all the books. Oh, that's right, Star Wars has books. That's also one thing. I don't know why I'm not fond of it, but if a movie is a movie, promote the frickin' books with it. Jesus, or the comics, like Firefly was like, I'm not a huge fan of Firefly, but I do know it was continued in comic book form, and I had no idea because they never said anything about it. I had no idea there were Star Wars books about different Star Wars stories until I worked at a bookstore. It's like, you gotta promote that shit together. Not everyone is super curious, or not everyone is, I really liked that movie, I wonder if I can find more of that content in other media. Yeah. Anyways, we're kidnapping someone right now. We are kidnapping someone. Put my writing glove back on. I think I took it off just to rant. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If they add, like, a small ad at the end, it doesn't even have to be an ad. It could be at the credits, at the very end of the credits, because some people stay to see that little extra spicy clip just for fun. At the end of that, instead of that spicy clip, or even in conjunction to that, you can say, you know, want to dive into this universe more? Check out our books at your local bookstores, or check out our comics at your local comic store. Something. Yeah, I had no idea Wolf Among Us was based on a comic. Not everyone reads comics. People who read comics know about all the comics that they're interested in. People who watch movies know about all the movies they're interested in. I would not expect that comic book guy to know anything about the movies, or the movie guy to know anything about the comics. Because, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, all the Marvel stuff, like, I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with just the idea that there are comic books. And superhero movies, there's gotta be superhero comic books. That there is a good connection there. There should be, because my parents read comic books. Right? Like, comics have been around for a really long time, and it's kind of common knowledge that there are superhero comic books, so it would make sense for people to know that the Marvel movies also have comic books. But they don't line up. That's a different rant for a different time. Oh, I did it! First try. Sorry, almost out of coffee. My bad. That startled me a lot. Okay, gotta be wary. Almost out of coffee. I usually drink water. Like, other than coffee, I drink water all day, but for some reason, it's really comforting to have a cup of coffee while I work in the afternoons. It probably just is a comfort thing. It's kind of like, alright, it's cozy work time. Sure, why not? Okay, we are actually done with Cat. We're done with Cat. All one shot. What color are we on? Sure, okay. Zhao, new part. Now this is a rough draft, we can flesh out everything later. We're on the third main character of the story. Whoop whoop. Okay, now I have to frickin' read Zhao, because I didn't think I would get that far. I thought I would only get as far as finishing Cat's introduction, so... let's go read about Zhao first, because we have some short, little biography, there you go, about who each main character is, and there's technically 3, but more people will get added as things get fleshed out more. So Zhao, aka the Master, is the antagonist. I'm not sure on his ethnicity, age probably around 32. I kind of get really specific. Cis male, hetero, 5'7". His job before he started getting slaves, or buying slaves for his circus, was just running whatever circus he has. His only family is a cousin, and his favorite hobby is living in excess, because this traveling circus actually gains him quite a lot of money, or at least a fair amount of money. So he likes living rich, and he doesn't like losing opportunities to make money. So here we go, background. Born in Egypt, life was not kind. Parents died early, leaving him to live on the streets where he did anything to survive. Eventually he found his way into the employ of a traveling circus manager, where he learned the trade and took over after their untimely death. Okay, so the manager died, and we don't know why, but then Zhao took over. Ever since he took over, he's been building the traveling establishment made up of slaves and volunteers to make himself rich and live a life he thinks he deserves. He is the head of a popular traveling circus that wealthy people love to employ for private parties, as in, like, the Roman Empire, and the like. Various animals and people of all sorts of talents and skills are under his wing. Most people are slaves, some are volunteers. His disposition is greedy to a fault. Now this might be too Mary Sue of an antagonist. There is certainly more to Zhao than is listed here. You know, he actually does have some deeper personal qualities and faults to him. I just wanted to, I guess, make it so I didn't like him as much. But the bad thing is when you write a character, you kind of have to know the character. So if you write an antagonist who is the complete opposite of everything, of like all of your morals and ethics and values, it's really weird. Cousin, side character, okay. Okay. And I don't know exactly what he looks like. Don't have a picture of him drawn up or anything. Not entirely sure on everyone's ethnicity except for Catriona is from a Caucasian northern place, and Zarasa is from a not Caucasian southern place in Europe, and Eastern Europe. Here we go. Everyone gets like an introduction of some kind before we actually start the whole story where everyone comes together. Okay. So the introduction of Zhao is Zhao's walking along several cages that hold people as well as animals. He's inspecting the latest shipment brought in by some mercenaries/raiders, including a fair-skinned, red-headed girl, which is Catriona. He approves of some of the items, but is mockingly upset about others and the bad shape that some animals seem to be in. He's looking for a better deal to spend less money, if he can. So already, in his intro, we're going to get a little bit of sense of, on the surface, of who he is. The men who brought their goods know his ploy too well and sometimes let him get away with it when they're feeling generous. They're feeling generous that day. Okay. Once the agreement is made, Zhao snaps his fingers and workers and slaves come in to start moving the cages. Zarasa is in one of them. Oh, hang on. Who's been with the circus for a few minutes? So Zarasa is not... She's one of the people who come in to move the cages. There we go. She goes to Catriona's cage as a red hair had caught her eye and decides that she will stick close to the new foreign woman who sits with her arms tightly around her legs, glaring hate at everyone she sees. Okay. So, I don't know the setting. I don't know where they are. I kind of imagined this first intro is that Zhao is currently not in any city. They're kind of like off to the side, close enough to a city that they can get food and water, or at least a place where they could get water and they have their food. I kind of picture a deserty mountain area, and that's where he stays in the off-season with his entire circus. And he stays in this kind of desolated area to discourage people from trying to escape, because in every direction it's desert and death. Okay. I also want to talk more about it. I don't know how to start this. Yes, I do. Just like I started all the other things. Wow. I do not have letters on my keyboard. Interesting. I've rubbed off a few letters on my keyboard. Thankfully, there's these little tabs that tell you where to put your index fingers. Okay. Oh god, how do you spell his name? A-U, okay. Oh dear. We might just, copy that so I don't have to remember, okay. Leisurely? Damn. Ah, so close. I before E, except after C, but apparently not here. Perfect music for this. Kind of. I think it's better. I think there's only 12 chapters outlined with an epilogue, and it's broken up into like 3 or 4 parts, like chapter 1, 2, 3 are kind of all in their own group, and then chapter 4, 5, 6 are in their own group. I color-coded them, we'll find out. 3, yeah, so are there 12? 7, 8, 9, chapter 11, chapter 12, and I even mentioned like, here's the climax, here's the wind down. And here's the epilogue. Okay, cool. We've got plans. Nice. Okay. So, Zhao's walking along several cages that hold people as well as animals. He's inspecting, not expecting, inspecting. Yes. So we go from Cat blacking out because she got attacked to she's somewhere in a desert far, far away in a cage. Not that she was blacked out for the entire trip. No, we're skipping over that. Because we can use it for filler in the story later, if we would like to. If we ever get to that point. Because I believe... oh great. I believe that Cat and Zarasa, they'll have a language barrier, and it will be a pretty steep one. Except... Cat is going to be the foreigner, where she can't understand anyone else, but Zarasa can. So Zarasa is going to make the effort to either teach Catriona their language, or to learn Catriona's language, one or the other. Probably a little bit of both. Anyways. Peoples. Peoples is actually probably okay. We'll leave it in there. And now I did mention that some people are slaves and some people are volunteers. This story that I'm writing right now is kind of inspired by Spartacus Blood and Sand, and the fact that some gladiators were slaves and some of them were volunteers, because the volunteers actually got to keep money from the matches that they won, and they would send it back home. And like, if anyone's familiar with the show, Varric did that. Actually, yeah, Spartacus Blood and Sand was the inspiration for this entire thing after I came up with the initial person, Zarasa, because I initially wanted her to be a gladiator, but then her story slowly morphed into this. A certain mood. He's in a certain mood. Aha. Thesaurus, you are amazing. Because the main word would be, the mercenaries could tell that he was in a greedy mood, but there's more elegant words than greedy, like craving or desirous. You could even say, like, selfish or hungry. He was in a hungry mood, like, for a good deal, not like he's literally hungry. If we wanted to get a little weird, we could even say gluttonous, but, or covetous. It's not a covetous mood. He doesn't covet anything he sees yet. He just wants these animals, peoples, and items for a good price. He always likes to make a buck. Let's go with desirous. They would use. Ancient Roman times, different cultures, gold coins? We'll just say currency for now. Because this is rough draft land. Because we want this time. Yes. Okay. Okay. There is currently no dialogue, because this is a rough draft. There will be dialogue in the story, just not right now, because dialogue, for me, complicates things. Because you have to give the mercenary a frickin' personality to say 2 words. Or that's what it feels like to me. Gotta put a little too much in. Yeah. And I have written they're not huge stories. I've written some smaller stories that don't have any dialogue. And I think they work very well. At least for my writing style. Depending on which style that currently is. Because it also depends on the story that I'm writing. It's like, how much flavor do I want to put to it? Because there was one story where I did not use the word the. It's harder than it sounds. What is this? What is this motion I am making? It's not how you spell caressed. Sure, that's good. That's good. So now we've done... I'll highlight it later, because I think this is all going to be one thing. Hospitality. They're not business partners. Well, what are they? What are the mercenaries? In partners implies that you share something, other than you always do business with these same people. They're not business friends. Business occasions, I guess? Is that how you spell occasions? No. One S, alright. We can deal with that. Okay. I kind of really want to play up his greed, or at least his haggling ability. Right now, he doesn't seem... Well, actually, I don't know what he seems like. Let's read. Okay. Get ready. Oh, I psyched myself out. No! Okay. Unbearably... this is gonna be poorly read. Poorly read. Because I have no cadence. Glad to know I'm not the only one who puts in 2 S's for occasion. Thank God for spell check. And goddamn autocorrect on phones. Ugh. Anyways, unbearable heat soaked dry air even before the sun rose to make lives miserable. Cages filled with sweating animals, peoples, and other goods awaited inspection as Zhao leisurely left his tent. Mercenaries had arrived the evening before with their wares ready to sell, but Zhao always played coy, even if there was no patience for him. The mercenaries knew him too well, and and could tell by his languid movements that he was in a desirous mood, which meant less money for them. Still, Zhao was a constant customer, and every once in a while they could part ways with a little less currency. Obsidian orbs caressed over everything for sale. Rare animals, items from a different culture, and an emaciated, pale-skinned girl with dirty red hair. Zhao lamented the conditions of what was presented, especially the girl that could have been a real jewel. The mercenaries rolled their eyes at one another, knowing what would come next. Haggling. Haggling was done over a simple morning meal of sweet fruits and wine, as Zhao never liked hospitality for business occasions, or any occasion, really. So far, he doesn't seem too bad. He seems really... I want to keep using the word innocuous. He's not anything. Yet. I don't know. Prissy? Not pansy, but kind of like... Oh, you brought me this junk. I'm not supposed to... I can't pay full price for this. What do you expect from me? This is poor condition of this stuff. Come on. Like, Zhao himself, he's not a mean, scornful person. He's just greedy. So he's not inherently evil. He's not inherently bad. But he's not like, American Psychopath either. Just like... He really just likes to live in excess. He likes to party. He likes to have luxurious things. So he likes his wine, he likes his food, he likes his soft pillows, and he likes the fact that he has a lot of money and that he has a successful business. And of course, this particular business, the circus, allows him for a lot of eye candy. These interesting cultural artifacts, these rare animals, these people that can do these weird things like contortionism, fire breathing. I'm trying to make Zhao not an asshole, and I totally wanted to make him an asshole. Or an opportunist. I wanted to make him an opportunist. I kind of wanted to allude here. Yeah. He wants to make himself rich and live a life that he thinks he deserves. A little bit entitled. I want him to be a little bit entitled. But he's probably already past that phase since he... In the story, he has the circus. We don't know anything about him. And we'll probably not find that out until much later in the story when he can kind of exposition his own backstory. So much stuff. Yeah. Well, words. Okay, in the end, he received what he wanted at a price he was willing to provide. So we pretty much did all of that, and we're kind of running out of purple, so we can go over here and do some blue. Okay, once the agreement is made, Zhao snaps his fingers, and everyone of his people come in to start moving the cages, and Zarasa is one of these people. She's already been there with the circus for a few months, because at the very beginning, we did Zarasa's intro, and she was a blacksmith at her village. And she literally woke up in the middle of the night, her house was on fire, the people she lived with got murdered in front of her, and she just went into a literal blind rage and killed everything that she did not recognize and got in her way until things went black. Which was basically until someone knocked her ass out, and then she was kidnapped and carted off. That's what happened to Zarasa. And then we meet back up with Zarasa here, where she I guess Catriona's going to be the only person, the only slave in this round, possibly, because this circus, I keep imagining it's like 100 people big, and not every one of those is a performer. Only a small percentage of those people have a talent. The rest of them are like the janitors, the animal caretakers, the people who make the food, to go get the food, scout areas to go do shows in. So there's only a handful of performers, and there's a whole bunch of support staff. Yeah. Yawn. Oof. Oof. Must be getting close to ending time, and it is. Okay. Okay. We'll finish Zhao's intro and then call it good. Which is... yeah. That's how you spell intrigued. There we go. Yeah, we'll just make that really cut and clear. Space, there we go. Now, we'll change the word employees later, because that seems like too modern of a word to use, but still, I'm gonna put it here, just because. Okay. Not tenacity. Oh crap, what is it? Here. Well, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing. In the outlines, like way later in the outlines, Zhao has actually had his eye on Zarasa from like day one. He's really interested in her, but he's denying himself starting that relationship for whatever reason. Not really sure. But later in the story, that comes into play, and I kind of want to allude to that now, that Zhao really likes Zarasa, but is like totally holding back everything. He doesn't over-interact with her, just treats her like the slave employee that she is, that sort of thing. But I want to allude to the reader that he really likes her. And for anyone curious, Zarasa is going to be an asexual person. That means she doesn't really do romantic relationships. That's pretty much what that means. She's not really interested in romantic relationships. Sex doesn't really interest her. But you have friends, partners, they're still that part of humanity, of course, there. And then Catriona is just straight up gay. She's not into dudes at all. Prefers women, but didn't have a relationship before she left because she's still fairly young. And by young, I mean like 20s, mid-20s, and Zeros is a little bit older, late 20s or so, I think. Let me actually go confirm that, I don't know. Let's, yeah, Zeros is 28, and Catriona 22. Not that their ages totally matter, because they could have been two ladies in their 50s, and it still would not have changed anything. Anyways, Zhao is straight, basically. Well, yeah, sure, yes. Yes, he is. I think Zhao's gonna have this quirk where he's super greedy about everything except for intimacy. And if that sort of thing, or this sort of topic, bothers you, I do apologize, but I talk pretty much about everything. My channel is marked mature for that reason. Now, you know, it's not going to be pornographic. There's not going to be anything like that. I don't like being graphic myself. No sex is actually planned to be in this story, just some allusions to it. But they don't, yeah. Zerasa kind of when she finds this one thing out about Zhao, she kind of uses it just a little bit to manipulate. She doesn't, I don't think she follows through with it. Anyways, there will be that kind of tension eventually in the story. Oh. And I'm gonna say that he knows that Zerasa was a blacksmith because they share language. He could pretty much find out whatever he wants to about her very easily. It's not like they have a language barrier where they just kind of have to assume or not assume anything. And my little break thingy went off. I don't know if there's anything more to this. Let's see. Before the sun rose over the desert mountains, Zhao gathered as many employees to start moving the cages, Zerasa volunteering to help move the only slave, as Zhao thought she would. He watched them closely for any reactions, as he had a liking for the once blacksmithing woman. Crap. I forgot what it is. She tried to converse in her melodic voice to no success? What is that? Good lord. Like, she's basically wasting her voice because she's not gonna get any response. And that's literally like the last word I'm looking for. Or the last statement, or whatever. Words. To no benefit? Okay. Yeah, he watched them closely for any reactions, as he had a liking for the once blacksmithing woman, but held his reactions in check even when she tried to converse in her melodic voice. I guess I could say with no success. Oh dear. Over here. I guess no immediate. There we go. And as short as that was, we could fill it out later, because this is literally Zhao's introduction. Whereas Zerasa and Catriona's introduction was like 6 1/3 pages long together. Anyways. That's where I'm gonna end today. On Monday, I'm going to be working on an original comic in a pixel art-like style, and it has a merman in it, a science-based merman in it, and that's what we will be doing Monday. The weekends I have off. Yes, I also have a schedule down below to a calendar. If you're not on mobile, you can check out below my broadcast. I have a whole bunch of links to a whole bunch of social media, including Instagram, Twitter, DeviantArt, Fitbit even, and Patreon. I have a Fine Art America, but that one can be ignored because I don't have anything on there. Eventually I'll get an Etsy, and thank you everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Even you lurkers out there, thank you so much. You guys have made my day fan-frickin-tastic. If you are new and you would like to know when I go live, hit that follow button somewhere on the screen. I don't know where it is anymore. And you can also follow me on Twitter, where I do real-time updates as to what I'm streaming and when. Yeah. Have a great weekend, everyone. I will catch you guys all next time.